Hello, everyone. Welcome to this press conference. Thank you, G2, for being here with us. Now we are going to start with some questions on the room. So, Felipe, first question, please.
Go with Chora.
Chora.
Hi, Chobra from Nongshim Red Force. This is a question for Jogmo or Valen, or maybe both if we have a chance. Coming into this tournament, there was a lot of talk about the meta right now being a lot of teams trying to figure out their own PRX style. And I think a lot of analysts agree that you guys were kind of a shining example of figuring that out for yourself in kickoff in Americas. Going up against PRX themselves today, do you think it was a stylistic difference that kind of hit you hard, or was it much more just based on the condition within the server for the players?
I would say from my point of view of the match, we kind of just messed up at the end game. Like on our attacks, we were getting in really good situations, but obviously their fast-paced style, they were better at those moments at the end. But I think we were kind of going toe-to-toe with them in the early game and in the mid rounds, but just they kept closing out the crucial moments. And when you're not winning the rounds like clean like that, you tend to maybe get a little bit flustered, maybe stress out a little bit, or overthink, and that's where their style just comes in full force, and it's really hard to play against. So yeah, I think honestly, the score of map 2 and even map 1 like didn't look that close, but in our heads, how the game felt pretty close and very like chaotic, chaos versus chaos. But they were thriving in the end. So I wish that we could have cleaned up the end a bit, and I think we could have had a closer game. But yeah, it was a great experience for us, and they're PRX for a reason.
Yeah, I would say PRX they're a team that takes timings. They're a team that does a lot of aggression. So I would say just unexpected time peaks. That's just normal. If you hear a neon at you, you usually don't want to swing, right? But, they like to swing. So that's just how it is. That's just the game. So, yeah.
Hi, Martín Calderón, El Mostrador. For Trent, as one of the fan favorite teams, how did you feel about the reception here? And did it match the energy of other international stages you play on? Also, things didn't quite go your way this match, but what are your expectations for the team from here on in Masters?
I would say the crowd is amazing. All the other tournaments that we've been to, the Swiss stage or like the group stage, whatever it is, has always been super like dull, I would say. But you guys have really stepped it up, and it's very amazing. You guys are super electric, and we all appreciate it. All the teams appreciate it as well. So I'll say thank you to all the fans. And from here on out, we have to win. We have to win the next 2 to make it out of Swiss. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to do.
Next question.
Hi guys, on your left, Nicolas from Colombia. My question is for Baby Bay. Baby, you had the most difficult match of the first 4. Do you feel that with another team it would have been different?
Of course, bro. We're playing against PRX, and they're super fast, so it was tough to actually get value on some of these dashes. Because, if you mess up, like they could just one tap you in the head, right? And they punished me a couple times for that, but I still was going for the same plays. Definitely one of my worst matches I've played so far, but only up from here. You know what I mean? So we'll be better next game.
Thank you so much. Next question, please.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jorge Lavín for Prensa. My question is for Baby Bay. Hello. You made your international debut in Valorant. The statistic from this match, and surely people on social media will point out that you are the player who needs to improve in order to close out match with the confidence. What do you think of your debut match? Were you nervous or anything?
No, I wasn't nervous at all. I just couldn't shoot today. I don't know why. It's just unlucky, bro. You have days where you just can't do that, but I was still trying to help out with other things, even though, maybe my hands weren't working as good, but I'll definitely be better in the next game. So I'm not too worried about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have another question here in the room.
Hi, I am from Estamos Ready TV. First, welcome to Chile.
Por favor, acércate más al micrófono.
Hi, I'm from Estamos Ready TV. Welcome to Chile. And for Balin, what's missing to close the split and crow map? Do you think there is a particular play?
I kind of talked about it in my previous question, but I think it was a lot of the like late round situations. So for our attack, like our post plants and defense, like, you know, just like the 3v3s, 3v2, they were closing out the small situations, you know. In terms of the big picture, I think we were playing good. I think we were calling good, but just when it got a little bit tense at the end, they were thriving in those moments, and that's why we couldn't close, which has been a common theme for us sometimes when we're not thinking as clearly. I think some rounds were unnecessarily difficult. We kind of messed up little key things and put more stress on ourselves. So yeah, I think it was a close game, and we just have something small to fix, and we'll fix it for the next game. And now that I have the mic, I just want to also thank all the fans here in Chile, because even though we lost, that was probably one of the most fun games I've ever had, because you guys are so loud. So thank you so much.
Now we are going to take the last question here in the room.
Hi guys, my name is Roblitz. I work for Fusion Esports. My question is for Dren. Dren, you use Skydim Goro, which is one of the best players now initiator for you. But you think that behind the only initiation having to consolidate getting information somewhat limits the composition and your gameplay on the map?
No, I think you have similar amount of util compared to all the other initiators. Besides maybe Fade. Maybe Fade you can get more info, but like if you're playing the Sova, you only have 1 to 2 darts and a drone. I have 2 flashes and a dog. I mean, it's kind of just dependent on our play style, and that's kind of what fitted us and what we thought would work. So I don't think it's holding us back at all.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to move for the questions on the call. Pedro Romero, you have the first question.
Hey guys, quick mic check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Well, first off, Pedro Romero, independent journalist. Likewise, commiserations on this series loss. I'm going to send this question over to Valen and Josh RT, whichever of you would like to answer. This match was looked at as a match that like saw the PRX W Gaming kind of like aggressive play style against you guys, with kind of similar to how they play, and in a lot of ways they were looking forward as to how these two sides would clash, and obviously we saw how the result played itself out. What I want to know from you guys in particular is what are your thoughts on just sort of the perception of how you guys have been handling or doing your play style in recent times, just taking a more aggressive approach. Do you kind of agree that it's kind of similar to PRX? Do you not agree, or are you somewhere in between?
I think in some ways we're in between. I think PRX made a next step in their development last year when they started to add in a little bit more macro, more lurks, a little bit more stability, and then we're making another step ourselves, like adding in more aggression. But it's all like on the same coin. It's the same side of the same coin. It's chaos and order. And to me, I have a slightly different perspective about this today's game. It's just they had a much better time handling our aggression. They were able to actually stifle us a little bit. All of our aggressive opens were neutered, and they were able to control the pace and control the game a lot more. And honestly, their game style is really good and apt for stadium play. Like we're getting overstimulated a little bit, and they're throwing a lot of stuff at us, and we're not really realizing like it's just a set retake. And that's hence why we're losing our post plans, and our plans weren't really in order. And that's something that we're gonna go back and regroup and try to recalibrate ourselves to this environment. And awesome fans, I love this environment. It's just like a little bit too new for us, even though we have a lot of experience. But this feels like a proper stadium, so this is awesome. But yeah, I'm excited about the learning opportunity here to give to our team. And if we are able to try to like identify, like it's all the same thing, guys. It's just Valorant, and we play our game, we're gonna dominate the rest of the Swiss stage. Okay. So, but yeah, I think PRX is a little bit ahead of us in that kind of development.
Thank you so much. Yes, please give it a applause. Next question goes to Miguel Soriano.
Thank you so much. Hello, guys. My name is Miguel Soriano for Sons of KS in Latin America. And first of all, I'd like to say that I'm sorry about the result today. It was a tough match. But my question would be for Balin. I think it was last year in Bangkok, after you lost to EDG, that you were talking about some losses that were necessary in order to lock in order to be able to, like, get up and keep going, and you got all the way through the grand final in that tournament. So in that scenario, do you think that today's loss against PRX, maybe it was a needed ill in order to spike up and go back to your most confident game?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't like it, for some reason, this team, whenever we take a loss, we just lock in even harder and we learn a lot from it. So I'm not too worried, honestly. Like Swiss stage, you're allowed to lose. You can lose 2 times before you win, so, or whatever. You can win. You just have to win twice. Sorry. And so it's okay. I'm not too flustered about it. I hope my guys aren't either. PaperX is a great team. And because we lost to them, we're able to look back on our mistakes. Sometimes when you win, you don't realize how sloppy some of your things that you're doing are, and you can't learn from it. But today, like, we got outclassed, and it's going to be a good opportunity for us to lock in the rest of the tournament. Considering, if we go 2-1 in the Swiss stage and go to playoffs, I think that we're going to be in a really good spot because, we took a loss to learn. And then, considering we go like 2-0 the next games, we're going to have a lot of confidence. We're going to be ready. And we're going to get used to the stage as well. But yeah, I'm ready to play. Honestly, I want to keep going. I don't want to lose early, and I know none of my guys do either. So we're gonna put in a lot of work to try to come back stronger, and hopefully you'll see a much better G2.
Thank you so much, and best of luck for the rest of the tournament, guys.
Thank you. We are going to take the last question on the call. Sage Datui.
Hi, CG2 with the Spike.gg. I have a question for either Valen or Josh. So I think the question I want to talk about was, Josh, you were talking about how your PaperX are just really good at controlling the chaos and the pace and how their play is good for the stage. And you're also alluding to how you felt the team was a bit overstimulated and adjusting to the environment. My question is, are these challenges things that you faced in the past and had to adjust to, or are these completely new things that you have to sit with the team and kind of recalibrate to figure out how you move forward?
Some of the times it's like the same lessons wrapped up in a different way. Obviously we face PRX every international, so it's not like, wow, this is new in terms of like their play style. It's just with the group, with the frequency of these internationals, there's a couple months in between, and there's nothing like in Americas where they play like this. So it's sometimes a wake up call when you go back into it and you're like, oh damn, they do got hands, right? And it's just trying to bounce back when you have those moments where like we desync, lose a bad round, and try to go again next. But yeah, we love these kind of tournaments where there's multiple lives. I mean, we did it well in the kickoff tournament. We lost against Furia, kind of similarly in a way that like they were disruptive. They were able to control the pace a lot against us. We'll relearn the same lessons and just try again next.
Thank you so much. Now we are going to take another question from the fans. Mume, you ready?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have 2 questions from the public.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and my question is for Baby Bay. Why did you change the chamber to LA? I personally loved your chamber. Was that a team decision or a personal decision?
It's just how we play right now. The double duelists work really well for us when we swap to it, and it usually looks better than today. I think I just had an off day, and it won't happen again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
And we have next question. They are going to make it in Spanish first, and I'm going to translate you, okay?
Hola, mi nombre es Seba y mi pregunta va más que nada para Joe Guimo. ¿Con qué siguiente equipo te gustaría a ti personalmente enfrentarte ahora y por qué?
Regardless your next opponent will be, which team will you like to face off and why? To Yaojimo.
I would say eventually I want to play Nongshim. I think there's like the highest APAC team that I've been like, favoring because I think Dan B and Francis, they have a really cool double duelist play style, and I just want to see if I can beat it. So yeah, Nongshim for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sage, you have another question on the call because I saw your hand raised.
Oh no, I just forgot to put it down, but thank you and best of luck in your next match, guys.
Thank you for your message, Sage. With this question, we conclude this press conference. Thank you, G2, for being here with us, and good luck on your next match.
Thank you.
Thank you.